What up? How we all doing? How we all doing, everyone? What is up, everyone? You called it, big homie. Wait, we need to put on a song for this. Hold on. What did I say? Wait, 1 second. How do I open my own profile? How do I open my profile? Okay, here we go. Turns to sun rays and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. All right. So we're not the best dancer we've ever seen. How are we doing, everyone? It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day to have a beautiful day. So pretty big day overall, both P&L and the activity. I mean, damn, dude, we had so much happen today. But tonight we are going to go over it, but we are also going to talk about the next trades, what we are going to do next, how the markets are going to move going forward. And of course, with big moves, there comes a lot of uncertainty because people start to chase. So we need to understand, where are the best trades moving forward? Where's the best risk to reward? And how am I going to position into that? That is the goal of tonight, to find some trade ideas, to scan some markets, hopefully get you guys in a more confident footing heading into this week. Now, the rest of you mofos, what up, 123, dude, or 132? I haven't seen you in a while. Caught the live stream at the beginning this time. Let's go, dude. Yeah, I started a little later. I wanted to start earlier, but I was dealing some things with my car. There's some like O2 sensor problems I gotta fix, so I was trying to get a part ordered. Thus is my first time here. Hey, what's up, AO? Hope you're doing well, man. What's up, Prath and Hands? What's up, dude? So, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, let's just get to work. Why waste any time? Okay, that's a little loud. Why waste any time? Let's get right after it. Let's go for the data. Let's go hunt all the data down. Yes, yes, yes. Give me the trades. Yes. Now, special shout out to someone in the audience who is banned. But there was a lot of people, both on Twitter and on this chat, and they came in with criticisms. They didn't want to hear open hand. They didn't want to hear my side of the story. They didn't want to listen. And am I going to say I'm right all the time? Absolutely not. I've had some L's, DRT or Dollar Tree, right? DLD. This one. I've had some L's. We've talked about some L's on here. I'm not ashamed to say it. We've had some L's on here. But that's a part of being... also, someone wanted me to turn on this before I forget. But it's part of taking L's, man, is, you know, people got to learn. And when they come in here, they start arguing, they start spitting garbage. Look who made money today. And look who didn't. Look who's sitting there yapping to someone else right now. We need to do better, man. And I don't know if you guys saw that clip. Okay. Before we actually find trades today, I want to show you guys. I thought this was extremely funny. Okay. Hold on. Okay, now don't screenshot this, okay? Don't screenshot this. Don't screenshot this, okay? Do not screenshot this. If you screenshot this, you're banned. Okay? But no, what I actually wanted to show you was this right here, dude. Like, okay, and when I say, hopefully a lot of you guys who were in this chat, and seriously, we'll get right into trading right after this. But a lot of you guys who were in this chat the other day, you might have seen this tweet, you might have not have seen this, but dude, so many people have come to this chat, and started, you don't know what you're talking about, and we need to do better as a community, both in the people that we hold standards to. Right? We want to scrutinize. We want to be respectful. We want to criticize. We want to ask questions. Of course, Benjamin Franklin was one of those who founded that, and of course, previous thinkers before him. But questioning things is how we progress. Questioning things is how we break down barriers. And in today's trading society, we literally have a bunch of zombies, both from the audience and the creators. But I don't blame the audience because I always assume, I have empathy for them, that they're misled. And so just watch this video.
Barber charges me about $30,000 per session. That's all right with me. So I made $61,000 yesterday, and when you make money like that every single day, you gotta be careful with what you do. I can't go to no regular barber shop. I can't just sit there. So instead, I have a barber come in, and that's what I do for my safety. It is a little more expensive. In particular, this barber charges me about $30,000 per session. That's all right with me. It's all good. There you go, bro. Good looking out, my guy. And it is what it is, but it's for my safety. I gotta be protected. I gotta be careful. I can't just be at no barber shop where people are coming in and out. Barber charges me about $30,000 per session. That's all right with me. So I made $61,000 yesterday, and when you make money like that every single day, you gotta be careful with what you do.
Okay, time to actually scan for the markets, guys. Let's go. Lock in. All right, so first we're gonna start with the flow, and we're gonna go all the way to the 9th. We're gonna skip the 16th. All right, let me catch up on chat real quick. I expect a 2% move. Hey Raider, what up, hands? Wow, Raider is saying hi to me. I'm shorting this. I said hi to you at the beginning. You're more right than wrong, big dog. Damn, bro, the market dropped. Who could have guessed that would have happened? Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, who would have guessed, Abstract? XD too late. He's charging 30K for a haircut, guys. So I don't know why. So obviously the video's fake, but why are you flexing that you're getting scammed? Like, imagine sending money to like one of those like foreign call centers and being like, I just sent these guys 10 bands and I'm not even worried about it. Like, it's so stupid. But yeah, it's all funny. The barber trying not to laugh. I know, dude. Oil's up. Do you think Mamba Forex oil's up? Okay, so we need to scan for trades. You guys are something else, man. So what we're gonna do now, I honestly vibe with the nature song. Sorry. We lock in with the nature sounds. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're gonna skip all the IWM. We're gonna skip all the QQQ. Remember, when you're looking at option flow, you do not want to consider things that have already moved a significant margin, and those that have moved, obviously today, QQQ, SPY, and these guys. So they're not really gonna hold as much significance as these are often orders chasing. This one's interesting, but yeah, again, IWM's a tricky one because you get spammed. So SPY, we're gonna pass that. Now this one's interesting. 8-2, 181 calls. Whenever I see XLY ones, these ones are interesting. Let's see if we can get some goobers on the call too. 1 second, guys. Okay. Sorry about the delays, guys. I'm serious when I say that. I kind of have to get things started as I just got home, so it's kind of a lot of tasks I got to do. Okay, SPY. So thank you for your patience once again, guys. EA, none of these. LEN, is this interesting? Yes, but I think they have earnings. Let's go take a look. What up, Oscar? How are you? Doing well? Sorry guys. I don't know why OBS isn't pulling up. There we go. Did the IB sick, man. So these guys actually don't have earnings. So check this order out, guys. This piques my interest. Check this out. So this is an LEN put. 251 in these guys. So tomorrow, what we're going to look for. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Look at this. Now you guys already know I love testing your knowledge. What happened here, guys? What happened here? There's two scenarios that can play out here. What happened here? What do you guys think? What happened here? What do you guys think? Type in chat right now if this is a bullish trade or a bearish trade. Type in chat right now. Let's see what you guys got. Ricardo! You like how I roll my R's? Yes, you are right, man. So, now listen. This order right here, 173K, while this isn't massive, it is 1,500 contracts at $1. That is just within the limit of a hedge. Now, what makes me believe that it potentially is where specifically he placed this. He placed this at the bottom of the channel. And this is an area, again, which is a pivot. So combined with this other order too that was placed at 251, I think the incentive for this would be to possibly liquidate and then buy the dip back into the range for a continuation. So we will be watching this one, but this one is a continuation trade once it returns back into the range. So the best way to play this is not to try to buy the bottom in case it does just gap down instantly, and he is proven right. But if he does push, to try to buy that rally back up towards the bottom of this channel. So right above, once it comes back above 167, right here, this would be kind of your hey, is this strong? Is it weak? If it's stronger, I would take this back into the range and play the continuation. Not for 726 though. So check this out. He got 726. I think the better play is 8-2. But again, we're going to have to watch this. And I think the other scenario, if it doesn't liquidate, is this right here. It's going to be, so here, we'll draw this up. We'll do scenario 1, which is right here. We'll do scenario 1, liquidation. Okay, so you make a new high here. Or wait a minute, let me think about this one. Okay. So scenario 1 is you liquidate here. And then scenario 2, so let me get my arrows out. Scenario 2 is you gap up tomorrow. And if you gap up tomorrow, your long opportunity would be somewhere around 170.50 right here. So this would be it. Does that make sense, everyone? So then this would be the continuation trade, because again, hedge trades have the possibility of seeing an instant reaction. So with this one, you would be targeting for that final leg up, assuming that this is, yeah. So you'd be looking for that final wave up. Okay. So you would need a gap above that. So let's see. Not for a Raider, we want our money back. You want your money back. Raider oiled up coin. I got rug pulled. Okay, so who did I make mods in this chat? If it dumps tomorrow, it's bullish. Not necessarily. But this right here is what you want to see. It's only bullish if it shows you that it is. And what I mean by that is we can make the scenarios that it can liquidate, but remember, if it's going down, it's going down. We can't fight that. The best way to do that is to see strength and then know that this right here is a, what did I say the other day? When I told you guys to find high edge trade ideas, okay, what did I say you had to start on first? Let's see who's a good listener. Let's see who's a good listener. What did I say you had to start on first if you wanted to find a good trade? What did I say that you have to start on first if you want to find a good trade? Let's see who's a good listener. Oh, wait, you weren't supposed to see that. Why does it keep popping up? Okay. All right, let's see what you guys said. The charts only confirm. Yes! Yes! Outside the charts. Boom. Thank you. Aaron, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. So when we go and we try to find trades, this data point right here validates price action that I'm seeing. So if I'm not seeing strong price action, then I shouldn't be betting at least on the continuation. Okay, so the idea is, of course, we want to front run markets. We don't want to be late. But the idea here is we have to be careful with the setup. And so the most careful way that I see approaching this is that, well, number one, right, if you gap up, that is a reason that is justified that if we do gap up, you can expect a continuation because of this input right here. All right. So because this flow as an input helps it, you can then have more edge in justifying why that price action would continue higher. Okay, so these are the two scenarios. This is LEN. I'll save this one. Okay. And we'll do some, we'll review some trades here in a minute. But let me send this to Mr. Oscarian. Now, there's this flow. We have to go check this one out. This is on XLY. I don't think this is anything. Yeah. So right here, this is an interesting order to say the least. He placed this at close. Very interesting to order to say the least. It's not that big. 8-2, which is next week. So I would say with this one, just give it time. But if we do start, what this guy could be trying to, what this order could be an indication of is that we start to parallel. So we could be close to a bottom, at least temporary bottom, on XLY in these discretionary names. So what we're going to look for now is this order is going to start to parallel this, okay? So you should see somewhat of a bigger parallel, again, given that the VIX is a little higher. So expect maybe some sort of range parallel, okay? So that's XLY here. I don't think this will amount to any trade this week, but maybe next week we'll keep this one on watch. So I'll just screenshot that one. Okay, let's keep looking. Let's keep hunting. All right, let's catch up on some chatters. You said read the abstract report? Yeah, no one's reading that. What do you think about Uber flow today? I'll take a look. Hi, Raider. How do you see SPY rebounding to 548 tomorrow since you bled it dry? Since I bled it dry. To be honest, a consolidation tomorrow. Maybe, I think tomorrow is going to be a drop and a bounce, or a bounce and a drop. It's going to be reverted. That's typically what you get after such a big follow-through day. It's some sort of reversed move. But I doubt it'll end anywhere crazy. Like, I don't think we're going to get some massive pop tomorrow. Let's see. Earnings, Ford, Mar. Did Ford already report? I think they did. Yeah. I think they really moved much. Damn. How much is that? 14%. Let me take a guess. It's going to be 14%. So close. 12%. Not bad. I don't know what they were expecting, but 168, so that's a dud. 237 Mar. This is an interesting order. We'll come back to that. So Mar and LVS. Let's take a look at these. LVS is a tag trade. But it already dropped a lot today into earnings, and earnings didn't do much. So yeah, this is it. And then Mar, also, that was a sympathy trade. Damn, dude. They got it on lock, don't they? So take a look at this, guys. At 10 o'clock, you had this order right here. So I want to show you guys this. This is an idea that you guys want to pay attention to, okay? So whenever you see in the markets, and this is the kind of stuff you want to look on flow, okay? So when I'm scanning flow, right? I want to see ideas. I want to see overlaps. I want to see ideas that make sense. I want to see themes. I want to see narratives. I'm always looking for these different lines, okay? And what do you guys notice when I'm scrolling through? It caught my eye, and you're just going to have to know this from experience, but it caught my eye that we have LVS and Mar. Now, what is the similarities? What is the similarities between LVS and Mar, guys? What is the similarities between LVS and Mar? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What is the similarities between Mar, MAR, and LVS? What is the similarities between these? They both take your money, okay? No. Sector? Yes. So boom, you're onto it. Hotels, yes, you guys are all right. So LVS and Mar are two hotels. Now, think about this, okay? So if we go, okay, well they're both hotels, okay? So LVS flow. LVS has earnings. The guy who placed the LVS flow was within his expiration had earnings in it. But the Mar guy who placed this trade, earnings is not in his expiration. Earnings here is on July 30th. So what is the better trade? Mar or LVS? What do you guys think? Mar or LVS? What is the better trade? What is the better trade? Mar or LVS? What do you think? Mar or LVS? What do you think? Mar, yes. And the reason why is because it's more intelligent. It's a sympathy trade, okay? Not every time you see a flow is that flow order going to be the best trade. What I saw was two orders that linked together in the same sector with the same idea. One had earnings and one didn't. One was more of a gamble and the other was more intelligent. That trade said, you know what? I'm going to skip the earnings. I'm not going to gamble on earnings, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the sympathy trade. Even if earnings shits the bed, this one, or if it doesn't, this one is likely to provide that better opportunity because it is a sympathy trade. Okay, which means that you're trading that idea, but you're not trading that ticker, if that makes sense. So it's like someone saying, like me today, I shorted Apple, but I didn't short QQQ. Okay, so a sympathy trade would you know, we don't look at those for flow, but it would be, oh, I saw QQQ and I saw Apple. Which one is better out of those two? Apple. That's the more aggressive name. Okay, at least, again, we don't look at flow for those two. That was probably a bad example. So let's do another example. Maybe like if we were seeing XLY and maybe a Tesla trade, right? That XLY we saw Flo, nice put order. He was betting on the downside. Not Tesla, let's say Nike. But we also saw Nike, right? And we're like, oh, okay. So discretionary short. So there you go. Okay. So which one of those would be the better short? Nike, because XLY is the ETF. It's the bigger idea. But that's sympathy trades for you. So hopefully you guys understand that. So you can see Mar had that nice dump there, and I bet you tomorrow this gets a bigger continuation, even maybe more than LVS does. And you can see that in that performance, which one dumped more? Mar did. That was the better trade. So hopefully you guys learned something from that. So I'm always trying to do that on the flow, is I'm trying to find themes. So for example, XOP, right? You can see 140s. This guy opened up some sort of dual-sided boom, boom. And then he opened up a, what appears to be, this is all the same guy or all the same order. Let's see if he came in and sold anything. Let's turn off sweep. Doesn't look like they sold anything. Does not look like they sold anything. So these are fresh. These are good. So right here, we have to look at 140. So he's betting on the downside here at 140. So let's just screenshot that and we'll go look at XOP. So when I see this idea, this is a straddle, strangle, excuse me. And we can go to XOP. Okay. Now this one I actually didn't get an entry in, unfortunately. XOP I thought was going to be a banger, but it actually just flopped. So that sucks. But this one right here. So this is insane. So right here, guys, I want you to tell me what you think. Okay? Let's see how intelligent you guys are in interpreting how this will play out right now. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let's see how you guys would make a risk to reward scenario. What is our scenarios? Okay, let's make a bullish scenario. Let's make a bearish scenario. But first we have to understand what this order actually does. What is the purpose of this order? Do you guys think this order is, what do you think this is? What is the platform to see the options chains? Optionistics.com. It's free if you want to see the chains. If you want to see this is specifically flow. Jeremy, what's up, man? Good to see you. Sorry I didn't read your name earlier. The call is a hedge, betting on more downside. So, not necessarily. It is, but it isn't. Let me tell you why. What this idea is doing is playing both sides. For quick math, let's do just quick math here. There's about 250K on puts, and there's about 100K on calls. Okay, so that is a 2.5 ratio to 1. Right? So he is leveraged 2.5 to 1 to the downside. Right? So that basically means that in order for him to break even, at least on this position, he would need to make 250%. Okay. On the calls. On the puts, not so much, right? He would just have to make half that. So here's what we have to think about. What is the purpose of the order? Why was it placed? And what can we do about it? It's ultimately what we can do about it. This guy placed this order right here. Now, he placed the calls at 144. Instantly, price dumps against him. Then he opens up the puts. When did he open up the puts? Puts at the bottom. Okay. So he opened up the puts at the bottom. Right here. Okay. So, right here. Okay. So he opened up the puts on the black line. And he opened up these right here. I'm just going to make this green and yellow so y'all don't get confused. Or whatever I'm saying. I'm yapping. So he opened up calls. It instantly reversed against him. Now, when you and I start to talk about what we want to do with flow, remember what I said earlier, that whenever I see an option flow order get discounted instantly, which means that the markets react against him instantly, that means that the markets are balancing against it. Okay? So at the time of this order, we can go check. And this is why the derivatives market is so important. You guys need to understand this. I don't think any other person on the internet knows this, at least shares this, outside of us. But this right here, so he placed this at 144.14. Go look at the exact price. Do you guys see this? What do you guys see? Oh. I need to turn that stupid call walls off. There we go. What do you guys see? What happened as soon as he ordered? What happened? I mean, this is literally the exact price. Bro did not make thousands off this dump. All right. Guys, we got another mixed we have another mixed songs in the chat. It's his alt account. It's mixed songs alt account, guys. They balanced his order. Correct. So what happened, and again, this is why the derivatives market is so influential on the equity market, is when you have this order come in, 8-2, instantly, as soon as he placed this order, they start to balance against him. But not only that, look at the timestamps of when these puts were added. Do you guys think that if he were... So they're balancing against the call. What do you think is going to happen when these puts come in? What's going to happen is, since they're already balancing against the call, then he adds the puts. They've added more fuel to the fire to give a bullish trade. So that is where we have to keep a bullish stance. Okay, at least for a decent opportunity. Now, could you say, well, next week, you could expect a pop and then short the pop up here? Sure, once those puts get discounted. But where I see an opportunity right now, since we are at the pivot level, which is again right here, we are at the pivot level. This is the pivot level. They have to make a decision here. It's either up or down. And so how I think they're going to play this is that since he added to the puts later in the day at the close, you might see a liquidation below there. This would call for a dip buy. But what I think is going to happen is you see a gap up and you do play the continuation. I think this guy right here just added more fuel to the fire into next week. So maybe Thursday, maybe Friday we're getting an entry. But I think most definitely it's going to be Thursday or Friday that we have an opportunity to enter this. Maybe it's an inside bar tomorrow. We'll have to look at it. Okay, but this right here. Okay, but Raider, sometimes the market is ready to dump and there happens to be calls when it dumps. What do you mean by that? So, okay, I know what you're trying to ask. Hands, when you're looking at the flow, and for those that don't know, Hands is the wealth district guy. When you're looking at the flow, do you think that do you think he's actually expecting this to dump and see a serious move through 8-2, at least right now, if he's placing the puts right here with a call? Right? Yes and no. And again, this is where we're going to have to be careful. It is at the pivot level. So theoretically, I could be absolutely wrong, and this could gap down tomorrow in flush. But the best risk reward trade, in my opinion, is of course betting that because he waited till the end of this day, he could have bought puts anytime during this day. He could have bought puts anytime during this day. But he chose to buy at the bottom, at the pivot. He is single-handedly going to hold that XOP up. Okay? Now he placed the call as well, which is discounted. So that is also more reason to believe the upside. It could just be bad placement. No, it's all intentional. But even if it is bad placement, that's more reason to feel that. He actually placed it at the correct location. So by him ordering at the pivot, that's what he's supposed to do. That is where these orders do come in. But if you were to, like, for example, if you were to expect on a break of this zone right here, you would have expected flow right here. Okay? Or you would have expected to at least get an entry there. So when you see flow right here, you're not necessarily going to enter it right off the bat, especially with this play being a strangle on the flow. But this right here, you, if that order is truly going to see a break, it would get discounted up here and then flush through. Okay, it's not going to be right here and then he instantly gets rewarded after already missing this big of a move. He's late to the party, and that's why you're going to get a big bump. Anyway, I hope that makes sense to everyone. So is he looking to what was the expiration? So the expiration on this was 8/2. So this is next week, but he is being discounted now, which means that the entry might actually be this week. So that's XOP, and I want you guys to watch this one. So for food for thought, I want you guys to watch this one. And how I would play this one is if we do get some sort of liquidation, I would be set that any dip and reversal back up. So what we're going to do here is, okay, so here's the low, but that's too far. That's outside of expectations. Yeah, that's another 1.5%. Maybe 1 more percent way down. Either way, what you want to see is you want to see a flush down, and then you want to see this pick up. Whether it breaks the low or not, who cares? But when it comes back up, you want to see that. That's a possible entry. But more importantly, if we do gap up tomorrow, which is less likely, but that's the important one. If we do gap up into this, and I want you guys to write this down, 143.27, this right here, this range right here, if you gap up into this range again, this will rock it. And you'll at least get to 145.38. Okay. So that's that. So my game plan with this one is, again, you have to be patient with these. You can't go sprinting to flow, right? These are high edge ideas, but where the success in these ideas are found is truly how you manage them, how you position into them correctly. Okay. That's where traders fail, is management. When they can't manage when they enter, how they enter, and what they do with their entry. Okay. So that's that. So is he looking to unload the puts at open and ride the calls? No, he's probably not gonna sell. These type of orders don't sell. Zero or hero. But yeah, that's that XOP. So very intelligent idea on that XOP. But other than that, I don't see any other flow that we have not already talked about. So that's that. So we had LEN. Someone asked about Uber. I think that was you, Hans. Damn. The fuck is that? What's bro doing? Hands, this would be the liquidation trade. So this is the earnings run up right here. I'm sus of this order though. I feel like he sold. Nope. Motherfucker. Okay. So what do you guys think about this one? Let's see what you guys got. Traders fall because of their psychology. In turn, they manage. Yeah, absolutely, man. I would argue as well, though, that for that term gets thrown around a lot. And again, I'm not trying to argue and say you're wrong. You're absolutely right in your statement. But there's a lot of that term psychology gets thrown around as if it's something different. I've always believed that, at least the way I was taught, was that your thinking is shaped directly through your systems. So it's not that you have to go learn how to think. It's not that you have to go study how to think. You just simply learn the correct systems, and in turn, that will affect and shape how you think. So I like to think that how you think is a result of the systems that you learn. So the things that I've learned, the different things of grabbing this information here and doing it, blah, blah, blah. It's all, of course, experience, and I truly believe that. So I do see like a lot of books of, go read up on trading psychology. And it's like, well, you guys can't think about thinking. You have to simply go do it, gain experience, and in turn, your thinking will be shaped by that. But of course, getting your ass kicked in trades, that all helps. And taking action from that, of course. Understanding what your wrong decisions were, that kind of thing. But yeah, absolutely great point, Capital. So catch calls off a liquidation. So what do you guys think about this order? That put is crazy. Yeah, this one is crazy, man. Especially, and again, this is the same principle as what was the stock we just talked about? Why am I already forgetting? It's been such a long day. Remind me, what stock were we just talking about? XOP, that's right. So this one right here, 726, and I want you guys to pay attention to this. Okay? Excuse me. 726. Now, you guys are about to witness, again, why the derivative market is so important. Okay? So look at this. So this guy places his call or his put at 66.29. Okay. Now, what do you guys notice here? So he placed it right here. What do you guys notice? And I want you guys to try to be intelligent for a second. What do you guys notice as soon as this put was placed? What do you guys notice? Guys, next week's stream is going to be crazy because I get mouth surgery, so I'm going to be talking like that the whole stream. I'm going to be talking like that. That's what I'm going to be talking like. Let's see what you guys said here. He placed it after the move. Price turned back to the left at the level. Actually, it held pretty well compared to the market. Looks similar to XOP. So, bro, can you talk on QQ for this week? Yeah, Nick, we'll absolutely do that in a second. But first, we're going over some trades that we found. As far as this Uber, as soon as he placed his trade, guys, and I truly mean this in the nicest way, but the people like, okay, how does this guy, okay, listen, quick motivational speech. How does this guy know how to trade right here? Think about that. If you're getting out traded by this right here, no, I get it. But how, and this is truly sad, is that people don't teach the influence of derivatives, of options on the equity market. As soon as this order came in, which is an aggressive put, too big, I would argue too big, this put is too big for the expiration date. Think, 2 days, 600K on Uber. That's a lot. That's a pretty big 6,000 contracts. That's a lot of money in assumed equity. Okay? So the market makers have to prepare for this. And I don't think many people understand the influence of derivatives, that as soon as an order like this comes in, the market slows down. Look at that. As soon as he placed the order, you went from straight dropping to he physically just built the bottom. He physically just built the bottom for the stock. This one order just physically built the bottom for the stock. This one order. And you would have never seen it on the price charts. You would have never seen it. You would have never known that there was a massive put order here. Okay. So the expectations with this one, which if you guys knew, I caught this move right here. So I caught this move, and then I kind of got wrecked on this. I entered on Monday, caught this, kind of got wrecked. I went out for like break even. So I mistimed my move, but I knew there was a potential in Uber. Uber right here, I think this is close to the bottom. Now, you have technically made a new low. So after they ordered, it seems he liquidated, and then he's up now. So since you liquidated, I don't see him making another low to be beneficial for the trade. So the idea here is that any gap up tomorrow, any gap up at all, you play 726 or 82. 82 is the safer option. Calls to at least above 66.79, but I think this can have a 4% day. I think this can have a 4% day off this order. Okay. Now, is anyone confused over this trade? What's going to be tough, though, is that he placed the 66 here. So he's not discounted very much, but because this put is so large, I'm thinking that this right here is just a strangle. And I think they're going to reward their calls first. So that's that. Now, with flow on your side like this, it's going to be challenging. So take your profits quicker than you would, maybe 80%, and leave some runners. But you're going to be more attentive to this trade idea because there is a strangle on it. Typically, when I see strangle flow, the markets reward one side or the other, but that one side typically that does get rewarded sometimes gets a little ugly and reversed quickly. So that's that. Now, again, if we do make one more low, I think the only way you can ever justify a trade is if we get back above 60 or 66. But I think the trade idea, the best trade idea that I see, the best risk to reward, in my opinion, is definitely taking it on any gap up with 8.2 or 7.26 calls for at least above 66.75, and ultimately, let the rest run. I think you can truly, if this is the new low, so when you and I talk about a bottom in a stock, what do you guys always see in a bottom? What do you guys expect in a bottom? Let's see who the good listeners are of the stream. When you see a market bottom, there's two bottoms in every single market bottom. What is the two bottoms? Let's see. What are the two bottoms? Let's see. Y'all better write this down like I am. Was there an offsetting option to that put order? These two calls are part of it. So I don't know. It's technically a straddle, but I think that's what you're talking about. Y'all better write this. Okay, it's sort of a strangle play, but it's a straddle. Straddle, straddle. Straddle is same strike. Strangle is different strike. Remember that. But due to the size of that put, the price was likely to stay above that 66 level. Yeah. So it's also, when does the twerking stream start? So, Abstract, I'm getting through a serious... Listen, I had a very long day. I was trading, working on my car, I had a bunch of projects, headaches, part ordering, had to go to the, all this other stuff. I had to get plates, go to the DMV, wait in line for 3 hours. And the question you're asking me when I come on to stream for an hour is, when does the twerking stream start? All right. Building floor. Yes, Mr. Zachary, it's nice to meet you, or nice to see you, bro. They're absolutely building a floor here. And so when liquidation, okay, wait, I need to see this. Technical bottom, liquidation. Mr. Zachary, you are just the super Raider reporter. So in case you didn't know, Mr. Zachary, he is a part of the Raider report. And I already know, read about that in one of the reports. By the way, I have everyone here on the Raider Report. It's absolutely free to go sign up, make an account. This July 28th at 7 p.m. EST, 4 p.m. PST, we are having a free monthly member meeting. Zach and I will be there. Zach, of course, being my mentor, my lifelong mentor. He basically raised me into trading out in the Bay Area. We are running the whole expectations for the entire month of August on July 28th. Go sign up right now. It's absolutely free on the Raider Report. Go make an account, put your email here, and I'll make sure to email you. Okay, cool. All right, promo over. That's absolutely free. I want you guys to be a part of this event. Everyone go do that right now, or at least write it down to do that. But what I want you guys to go see right now is this right here, which Mr. Zachary was talking about, and I think it was on the monthly here. Okay. And it was under archive. Now, I don't think he necessarily looked at this one, but what Mr. Zachary is talking about is this order right here. Well, this principle, okay? That in a market bottom, you always see two bottoms, okay? So, oh, damn. I don't think it's going to be on that. But I'm just going to show you guys this right here. I forget which report it was on. When you're in a bottom, and I want everyone to write this down. Every market bottom has two bottoms. A technical bottom. And then there's a liquidation bottom. I didn't spell that right. I don't know if I did. Okay. Two bottoms. Now the technical bottom is when the stock comes down, and this is where everyone buys. Boom. There's a huge initial sharp reaction. Everyone buys there. But this is when everything is still congested. This is nearing the bottom, but it's not quite. Why? Because we still have not had a climax in selling. Okay? Sellers have not climaxed. Pause. And so what needs to happen next is that the price action goes down, markets go down, and they go for that max pain. This is known as max pain. Okay? What the objective of this is to balance that imbalance that they have created here by liquidating them, shaking them out, creating, it's not hunting stop losses. It's simply a market dynamic in the sense that they're trying to get as few people in the markets as possible. And they're also trying to build the biggest put walls. So by making that new low, this is often where you see the most amount of put spam. Okay? And by doing that, you add fuel, and that's where it is. Now, many of you might look at me and you go, Raider, that's bullshit. Raider, you're just a bunch of hogwash, Raider. Raider, why aren't you like Mamba Forex, and why don't you go buy a Lambo, Raider? Broke ass with your Mustang. Okay, well, let me show you. All right? Literally every bottom in SPY has a liquidation. Nearly every bottom. You could argue this or this was the technical bottom. This is the liquidation. Okay? Now, you're like, okay, Raider, wait a minute. Here, let me go in the daily so this is more quick to go through these. Right here. Okay? You have a technical bottom. This is where everyone buys. Liquidation. Boom. Okay? Right here. You have a technical bottom. Liquidation. Boom. Never made a new low. That is confirmed the liquidation. Okay? So that's the rally. Okay? Right here. And again, we're talking about major bottoms here. So boom. Shoop. Liquidation. Boom. Right here. Technical bottom. Boom. Liquidation. Never made a new low. That's the bottom. Buy. Okay? Right here. Technical bottom. Boom. Liquidation. Boom. Okay. Right here. Technical bottom. Boom. Liquidation. Never made a new low. Long. Are you guys seeing this? This is the value of it. Hogwash. Shut up, Abstract. Shut up, bro. Listen. He actually called me out on hogwash, bro. Chill. Chill. But with this right here, what I'm looking at Uber, what I'm seeing is I saw largely aggressive buying here. We saw a massive. Now, could you pull up something like volume? Could you maybe do that? Sure. But in today's environment, volume is not necessarily trustworthy in all environments. So I like to look at the derivatives. I think derivatives are far more powerful in predicting price action than predicting the future moves of the market than volume is today, just because with how computers trade and how order and market dynamics are placed today. I don't think volume is necessarily the greatest indication of a bottom. Is it still important? Absolutely. But you're not going to see that on a macro view, volume becomes more important. On these smaller time frames, it gets a little tough. But with this right here, you have technical bottom here. You come down, make a new low. This is technically within the parameters of being a liquidation. Okay. So now that we have that technical bottom and we do have a new low, this is the best risk to reward area where you place a trade. This is known as the pivot level, where there's the least amount of people in the trade. So and I told you guys this a few nights ago, in order to justify this technical setup though, there's thousands of setups that look like this right in the market right now. But to justify why this order, we have to say because of Uber, because of this flow. Okay. But how can you predict it for the future? Well, when you spot a technical bottom, you can predict the liquidation because it's pretty clear. Now, you could argue, well, in hindsight, this is what I traded. And it may take you a few attempts, but there's no shame in that. Right here, this is what I predicted. So I said, you know what? I think that this is the liquidation. I thought this was the liquidation that we would come back up into this range. I was initially wrong. There wasn't quite a flow order to justify it. I was just going purely based off the rotations. But now that we have a flow order to justify, this gives a lot more influence, timing, to why we would see a run up. Additionally, we do have earnings on August 6th, so it does make sense that we see some sort of run up into that date. All right, so if this is the liquidation, I'll expect a bounce into that. All right, so bullish on Uber. I want everyone to write this trade down. I want you to watch it, whether you participate in it or not, whether you take a trade in it or not, whether you lose in it or not. I want you to write this down and watch how this plays out. Okay. Now, the other one, of course, was XOP. This was the trade idea we're watching as well. So this was based off this flow order right here, which was very similar, but it was kind of inversed to the Uber. Okay, so just watch it. All right. Cool. All right. All right. And again, for everyone in the chat right now, again, I want you guys to go sign up for the Radar Report class that we're having, the monthly meeting rather. This is a monthly meeting. So all you have to have is an account with the Radar Report. It's literally free. Okay. You go up, you click this Zoom tab up here once you log in, and you just simply put your email here. Prior to the Zoom meeting, I will remind you guys a day in advance. I'll remind you a few hours in advance, but I'm not going to send you any other emails. Okay? So please, please, please sign up for this. It's absolutely free. You just simply push your email in, and I will, or if not, you just make sure to join on the date and just click this link right here. We will go over the entire expectations of August. Okay, now what does that mean? That means going over the charts, the monthly charts, the previews for the bigger trade ideas. You will have a thorough game plan for August moving into it. Okay, the seasonal expectations, what sectors, what industries that we're looking at, and where to focus your energy. Half of you guys are struggling right now because you're trading things that don't move. You're trading things that don't have opportunity. You're trading things that don't have risk reward. Okay, I want you guys to remember that. All right, now other than that, as far as the flow, a lot of you guys were asking about this. Okay, so those are our flow trades. A few different things. We're going to look first at the SPY. What happened to the SPY today? Well, of course, over the last few days, we've been talking about one major theme. We've been talking about the defensive to value rotation. And we've been talking about how money has been rotating out of technology. Firms have been selling technology. Firms have been selling growth stocks. Things like discretionaries, technology, communications, and they have been buying up industrials. While this offers a trade in itself to short technology and long industrial and value stocks, it also gives a market sign. It gives you a time frame, a general time frame that the markets are about to drop soon. Okay, now why would that be? Because before markets drop, firms rotate into risk-off assets or defensive assets, value and defensive assets. These are risk-off. Now, does that mean they're safer? Technically, yes, because they're lower beta, but that doesn't make them safer. I don't want you to think that, oh, that's a better investment then. No, they just simply do that. They prefer the high dividends. They prefer that before a bigger drop. So now that we are in this dropping market, a bear market, if you will, which I do expect to continue downside over the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks at least, how do you kind of maneuver around that? Right? So again, what we saw was based off kind of the RG charts. What is this? What we saw was based off the RG charts. And if you guys remember me showing you this chart right here, it is a leading indicator. Okay? This is a leading indicator to a drop. And I forget which image I showed you guys, but it was something like this right here. Okay? Screw it. I'll just show you guys on this. So we'll go to my profile and we'll go to this. So what made me think of this? Okay, so this was my summary. I posted this on Twitter, just a recap of the live stream, etc. There was this data point right here. Okay, And this data point right here, this was the RG charts. Now, when I published this report right here, this was damn near a few weeks ago. So I've been knowing of this for the last 2 weeks or so, of this rotation. This has been on my radar. It was not expected. And why today? Because that was the tip of the iceberg. We were in the second wave, and a third wave down was just so easy to predict, right? The final leg, whatever you want to call it. All right? So with this right here, you have firms rotating into defensive stocks, energy, utilities, materials, industrial, staples, real estate, in this kind of outlier here. But what do you notice down here? What are they rotating out of from leading to weakening? XLK, technology. This spawned a thesis that what do we expect? But not only that, but also seasonals. Why we dropped today was because of seasonals. Seasonal expectations say that typically into the end of the July, we can expect a drop. We've been building this plan out forever now. We've been building this plan out forever. And this was on the seasonal expectations for the radar report. I laid this out on the dates. Okay? And I said between the 22nd and the 26th, selling pressure into the last 4 days of the month, short mega caps and semiconductors. And I even gave a list. I published this in June. Okay? You can make timelines. You can predict things to the day. I published this in June. Okay? Actually, I don't know when I published this. When did I post this? Okay. I posted this on the 2nd, January, February, March, April, May. Oh, wait, that's not correct. There's no way I published that in May. Okay, that's tripping. But anyway, so when I did publish this at the beginning of the month. But as far as this, you can make expectations for yourself. Okay? I made this timeline a month in advance. And the reason you do this is because, well, you deploy market mechanics towards the top of a market, which we know is a part of these seasonal expectations, right? When we have a seasonal expectation towards the top of a market, what gets sold off? The winners from the previous trend, the mega caps. What are the leaders of the previous trend? What are the mega caps? The mega caps are Apple. The mega caps are Microsoft. The mega caps are these big semiconductors, Nvidia. Sorry, I'm not giving dramatic effect with this. Apple, right? These sold off tremendously today. 1,000% on SPY. 1,000% on SPY. Over 600% on Apple. Because I got theta decay a little bit. But Microsoft, all the mega caps are getting sold off. This game plan was totally predictable. I saw this coming since the beginning of the month. I've been preparing for this entire month for this day. Of course, for other days as well, right? We talk about this, right? So when we talk about, while I'm not taking any longer dated contracts, I will be shorting mega cap names like Apple and Microsoft, who will suffer the most from this sell-off. I believe the bottom will be around 520. I still believe that, by the way. Now, you go, Raider, how are you going to predict the next market bottom? You know nothing about the markets. How do you predict the next market bottom? How you predict the next market bottom is also by front-running the markets, is also by looking at market mechanics on SPY. Okay? For every expiration moving forward, you can look at 8/16. You can look at, I don't know what the September expiration is, but we'll just look at 8/16. It's 9, no way, it's 9:30. No, it's 9:20. Why am I clicking 9:30? Okay, hold on one second. Okay, so right here, 8/16. There is massive put walls on QQQ, SPY, everything. Massive put walls at 520. This is going to be relatively the bottom. Raider Trader certified. Okay, now I can't say guaranteed, but it's so damn close. It's so damn close to guaranteed. Okay, and I don't think many of you understand that. That it is within $3 to $4 of 520 going to be the bottom. You can come and slander me if it's not. Okay? That's that. All right, let me catch up on chat real quick. Yes, Raider, you're handsome. Is Wealth District Hands? Yes, sir. Handsome, tall, Is this RG chart a paid service? Yes, it is. It's not very expensive, though. Nobody covers this much detail. Nobody. Raider, you're so handsome. Can't disclose that, bro. Amazon, just no eye short support. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Raider, when you are entering into a swing position, how long do you hold the trade for? That I can't answer that question because it's so vague. Like, not to diss you, but it just depends on the idea. I would say most commonly, I mean, hell, I don't know, man. The opportunity is what matters. It could be flow based, but majority of my trades are no more than a month or two. That's the maximum date I've gone in the last few, 6 months. But majority a week, maybe on average 3 to 14 days. Where's the handsome misinformation coming from? I don't see handsome comments, gang. So you guys didn't scroll up. Which side are you looking at the expirations for SPY? So as far as this is Trading Vol. This data is free. Elsewhere, I just pay for it to look like this for reports and things like that because it's aesthetic. It looks nice. But anyway, so back to my yapping lecture. So when we build a game plan like this, okay, now this is the secret sauce, okay? I want everyone tonight to share this image with someone, okay? I want you to share the stream with someone, something, because this chart right here was what I posted a few days ago, okay? That the seasonal top would be 555 to 559. Now, who in the right mind could predict the markets to this accuracy? Well, you can if you understand mechanics of the market. It's very predictable. You guys would understand that the markets do the same shit over and over again each year, but slightly different. And that's where the challenge comes. It's not easy. Hell no, it's not easy. But it is extremely predictable. Okay? So where do we go from here? Well, like I said, since we already had a leg down, we're likely to see some sort of grind up, consolidation, some sort of reversed move that ends in some sort of break even, some sort of that. Okay, so understand that. Raider reading ghost comments. All right, so that's that. So this is how you build expectations. And again, and I just want to highlight something, okay? That I share my perspective, okay? And no way. Wait, there's actually no way. There's no way. Okay, also, why is Zach Morris tweeting about trading? Do people still like this guy? Do people still watch this guy? What is this chart? Low of day. He's got Bollinger Bands on. What is going on, man? Or what is that? Moving average? Dude. Goes from pump and dump to technical analysis. That's crazy. Okay. I want to show you guys this. Again, not to slander anyone, not to start any drama, but I want you guys to see, not because I'm right, but where this information get passed along. If you guys open your ears to everyone, okay, whether you absorb that information or not, we can have dialogues like this, but also maybe some learning lessons, okay? So this guy commented on one of my recent videos, or my recent posts. If you're in the live stream, welcome. But when you said this, he said, candles are my guide. Everything else is noise. VIX is manipulated. You ever seen a divergence in VIX? Yes. Crazy thing is, option OI or vol, no one knows if these are bought or sold. Bid and ask means nothing. Appreciate the heads up. So there's some huge claims in here. But these claims are not backed by evidence. And they're very shutting down. They're almost just butting heads because you want to and not because you actually know. And of course, I came in here and I said, well, first of all, that's wrong. There is a divergence in VIX, right? If you go back to that post right here, there was a divergence in VIX. There was no new low since May. And that was kind of a little sprinkle on top of the thesis, okay? But I want you guys to understand that when you approach information, no matter where you get it from, and you say, it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong, but you don't even consider it, how are you supposed to develop a proper perspective? So when it comes to trading, how I've developed a proper perspective is that trial and error. I said, okay, now granted, I was very lucky with my mentors and that I didn't have to always question them, But I questioned, how do you know this? How did you get this information? And I dug deeper, and it's hard. It's very hard. Trading is not easy. You guys would be blown away if you saw a video camera of my high school. No parties, no drinking. I still don't drink. No smoking. I still don't smoke. I haven't done an ounce of alcohol in my life. Okay? All of that because I sacrificed it for this. It takes a lot of effort. Okay? But how we move forward from this, in my opinion, is I think we see some sort of consolidation. We start to see some sort of slowdown. Will volatility get crushed? Likely not. We still likely will remain somewhat volatile, and we still will see pretty big ranges. But what you can expect is some sort of maybe reversal, gets eaten up, and things are about to get ugly. Okay, so that's the expectations for SPY moving forward. All right. Financial Queen, I found you. Yes, my woman found me, guys. Round of applause. W girlfriend in chat. W girlfriend in chat. Do you play video games? X Dollar, I actually do. I play occasionally on weekends with my brother. I haven't played in probably 3 weeks, but I'm a casual gamer. So alpha, so sigma. So as far as the SPY moving forward, guys, my expectations for tomorrow, nothing too serious. Just expect a lot of chop. I think playing individual names tomorrow will be the best bet instead of chasing. If we do get a bounce tomorrow, a slight chop, I think Uber will outperform. So you're going to be watching that one into Friday. You're also going to be watching this LEN. This one we're expecting some sort of liquidation and then a pop up. Or if you do get a gap up, play the high break up here all the way to 177.81. Okay, that was based off the flow. Okay, so that's LEN. And I'm going to write that in chat so you guys don't forget. Next up, we had this XOP. This was a similar trade. We had 2 scenarios to how to play this. Number 1, our first scenario was that you go down and you liquidate the low. Now, again, he got 8-2 expiration, so we have plenty of time. So the ideal scenario is that probably this is where things get tough. And to be honest, hindsight is probably going to be your better play here. But when you come down and you break this level right here, you get a flush down and you come back up, this would be the ideal play. So you get a flush down, you come back up, and you take some sort of entry. Here, again, that is for that 8-2 expiration, but it is a bullish trade because that guy built that wall on the bottom of the XOP here. Okay? And then above that, we have, I think the other one was XOY. Now, this one's interesting. This guy's probably betting on some sort of bounce by 8-2. Let me copy and paste this one again. So this is XLE or XLY. This is an interesting order. I'd be curious to see how this plays out. But given that he placed it at 180, 139, which is right at the bottom, you can expect some sort of consolidation. But I think the better trade probably tomorrow is maybe to play the rebound in some of these discretionary names. So maybe Tesla, probably not. But some of these guys are going to get some sort of benefit from this. Okay, Nike is actually setting up for a crazy bottom. But otherwise, yeah. So we'll be watching that. All right. So if you guys want to watch those, that would be awesome. But this is a classic market maker cycle. So here's the spring, max pain, come back up, pump. So we'll be watching Nike as well. I think Nike's the winner. The stream is buffering. Is it still buffering, guys? I think my internet's nuked. How's my internet, guys? Is it horrible? Dude, my internet absolutely just shit the bed. Wait. Dude, what? Frames dropped to 5. What is going on? Is my internet good, guys? Bro, see, I pay for a gigabyte of internet and you get 20 frames. That's crazy. What changed? Why is it so bad? Hmm. 1 second, guys. I will fix this. Am I good now? Am I good now? What do you guys think? I see the stream. Okay. It still says I'm streaming, but for some reason my frames just dropped like crazy. I don't know why. Is it some program I have open? Who knows? I don't know why it dropped so much. I'm just gonna exit out of all my tabs. Maybe that will help. I have 1,000. I mean, like, literally look at my internet. Wait, let's not dox myself. Hold on. Dude, like, what is this? What is this BS? Guys, look. I literally have 700. That's crazy. Hold on. Hold on. It does say my internet's really bad on my end. Why? All right, we're going to try something bold. I got it! Hold on. If you guys can hear me dancing in 4K, that means it's good now. Let me know when. Let me know when you guys are all good. Let me know when it's all good. Negative 1,000 aura. Okay, ban him. I'm having trouble letting go. Close my eyes and wish you were closer. Nowhere like footprints in the snow. Slowly fading until crisis averted. All right, we're all good, guys. I don't know what all that was about. My frames dropped randomly. Internet was having a panic attack. But we're good now. So what I was saying before, let's not get off track. Watch for those trades that we reviewed tonight. It is getting late, so we are going to wrap things up. But what I want to say to you guys right now is if you do actually want to get connected with us, you actually want to be connected with real professionals, drop in the Discord. There are tons of things. And when I say this, a lot of the people in this chat right now are already in our Discord or a part of the Raider Report. You can lock into any one you want. But as far as if you want to learn how we do what we do, you want to join this. If you want to do repetition, see my trade ideas organized, do the Raider Report. Okay, but this takes a lot of commitment. I don't want you to join the Discord if you're not going to commit. This is not, I don't get paid for the Discord. I don't make money off the Discord. Okay, I've never made money off the Discord. Okay, we put this money into a Stripe account and I don't get paid for it. All right, but what I will say is that when Zach and I made this Discord, we did this for the sole purpose of just not being lonely. We wanted to spread that perspective. And we've had countless professionals come in, from doctors, lawyers, blue-collar workers, construction workers, people that want to actually be intellectual, know the academics. This is not a pump and dump, let me copy Raider. He's so smart. Let me take his trades and make a lot of money. If you are not going to want to work and you are not going to want to learn, do not waste my time. Go copy someone else's trades and lose money with them, please. I do not want to have the headache of having someone who just copies, and never learns. Okay? So there's professional ideas in here. We talk about it all the time, the different concepts, the different angles, the approaches, both from a technical side, from a seasonal side, rotational side, options, and derivative side. We talk about it all. Okay? Tons of tools in there, tons of PDFs, tons of things like that. All right? Now, as far as everything else, I want you guys to make sure before you leave tonight on stream, before we do our push-ups tonight, I want you guys to all go sign up right now for the monthly member meeting. This is free. Go to RaiderReport.com. It's in my bio on all my socials. Just go click the damn link. It's even in the description, I think, of this live stream. Go right now. Sign up an account. It's free. Email, password. Boom. I don't even think it's that free. Then type your email into this, and I will email you when this is. I will remind you, but it is July 28th at 7 p.m. EST. We are going over the monthly meeting, okay? And the monthly meeting is where all the traders in our Discord come together, and we present a package. We present a total view for the month. You know how I sat there and made this? You know how I cooked up this a whole month in advance? Raider, you can't trade. Then how the hell did I know to short this week mega caps? How did I know to short semiconductors? How did I know that there was going to be selling pressure into the end of the month? It's right in front of your face. We do this for a living. This is what we do. Okay? So please go sign up for this, and you will start to get a sneak peek of this stuff. You will start to get a lot of information. Hopefully a few trade ideas too. All right? Other than that, guys, if I am only trading futures, is this a good Discord to join? So Bradley, if you trade futures, here's what I would say. The derivatives market, options market, is the most powerful asset class in the world. If you go and learn that, it's the same as futures. Arguably, I would argue it's better than futures, but you do you. It is still valuable information to trade. We have equity traders. We still do have future traders. That all the stuff you see me do tonight is, notice how I haven't placed a trade tonight. You can still find all of these trade ideas just by the information. You do not actually have to. For example, we have ideas on XOP. Okay, and if you're a futures trader and you go, oh, XOP is oil and gas, like exploration, like mining, contracting, that kind of stuff, then you should be pretty set to go trade something in that. Or maybe you're trading something like the dollar, or maybe you're trading something like even NQ, right? A lot of people trade NQ. There's still ideas, right? The idea of short also applied to NQ. There's nothing. It's the same damn thing. So there you go. But that's up to you, bro. Again, if you trade futures and you just want to keep doing futures, then it's going to be a little, it's going to be a bumpy ride for you if you want to learn all this stuff. But I totally do. To be continued. But anyway, guys, have a wonderful night. But before you leave, I want you to get down on the floor right now. Wait a minute. I need to rethink how I just presented that. I cannot be pointing like this and saying get down on the floor. Okay, so we are going to go do push-ups. So what I want you to do is stand up right now. Every stream we end with 10 push-ups. Okay, pretty soon it's going to be 11, but I'm just letting you guys know I'm warming up your arms, I'm warming up your legs. If you cannot do 10 push-ups right now, just understand that you will not, unless if you have a physical disability and you DM me that you have a disability and you show proof that you have a disability. I do not want to have an excuse. But what I will say is that if you cannot convince yourself to do 10 push-ups right now, you will never convince yourself to beat a $1 trillion market, $70 trillion market. Okay? It takes work. It takes doing things you don't want to do. And ultimately, it takes time and effort. So what we're going to do is we're going to slowly break that ice by doing 10 push-ups right now. Get on the ground. Starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's it. That's all you had to do. Now, my face is beet red because I kind of had to do a squat. But other than that, guys, have a great rest of your night. Remember the trades that we talked about tonight. And I will see you guys later this week. Probably, maybe tomorrow night if you're lucky.